Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be playing some more Esoteric Ebb. Last time we met the Dragon Queen and she gave us our marching orders and also gave us a friend. You gain experience by completing quests, starting encounters, pickpocket. Ooh, I can pickpocket. Yeah, but I'm a cleric. That seems wrong. Or just talking to folks around the city. Level 2 is 300, level 3 is 900. I wonder what this means. 2, 700, 6, 500, 14. I don't know what levels those, but we're going to figure it out. There is our friend. I don't think there's much. Ooh, we could go this way. Tunnel to Central Ulstad. I don't think I want to do Central Ulstad. What is this? Tunnel to Lower Layer. What is this? Vision's Lisk house must be located within these walls just a bit. Not so tiny, director. Just looking around because I didn't really look around previously. What is this? Tunnel to the river. Oh. Some spells require to maintain concentration. Ah. What is this? Goes towards the holes. Okay, well, I don't want to go towards the holes. I don't think. What is that? Those have left many holes in Berg Tolstad. Okay, so there's not much else up here. But definitely this is a quick way in and about the city. What this looks like. Ooh. Who are you, sir? You've got little poofy thing, which I thought I saw a while back. Of the green. At the top of the garden lookout, you see a strange creature hunched over. She's making potions. Underneath a large red hat, her drooping gaze slowly glides toward you. Not a hat. She's got an actual mushroom growing out of her skull. The elf drops a final piece of mushroom into the bowl on the table and gives you a creepy grin. Nice corner you got here, or lean in and stare. I'm just going to say nice corner you got here. Slowly and in an appropriately dramatic fashion, she widens her eyes to reveal piercing red pupils. And her grin widens even more somehow. Abort! Run! Leave! Ears, white hair, ashen hue. And those eyes. Snell seems to stay behind a bit. Well, he's not gonna be a goblin that I'm gonna have to count on anything. The goblin is staring into the wall. He looks queasy. An elf? Aren't they rare? The city holds many folk, but elves are both few in numbers and seldom intermingle with lesser races. But look at her. She is no elf of Ilum. She is an elf of Pimea. An Ilum, an ancient elven empire, now a shell of its former self, once ruled by Ilum the Minder, a walking god who signed a treaty with Urth Their great woodland stands at the border between Ashcan and Reeds. Hello, elf. You hear a guttural chuckle leave her lips. A man delves into the garden. His sight set on the mysterious below. Are you that man? Yes, how did you know? No, the mysterious can stay so. Am I that man? I would. That's more or less, says Wisdom. Creepy. Is she trying to intimidate you? I don't. Yeah. I am somewhere between yes and no. I'm a man. Maybe. Nervously glance over your shoulder. I'm somewhere in between. Good. Do not see realms and categories. See the in between. The elf stammers, or is that an idiolect? The elf does not as much stammer as she tastes some words more than others. Not a speech impediment, it is her undercoast accent seeping through. Undercoast, a nickname for the undersea coast. She turns around, her eyes red glimmering beyond a mist of spores. Nessa of the Green. Call me Nessun. I am underling to Hierophant Opidana. Hierophant Opidana, a legendary arc druid of the Undercoast, known for keeping balance, which usually means stopping any proper seafaring civilizations from taking hold of the Dark Archipelago. Of course, a druid. As you look into her eyes, you can feel it. She communes with nature itself on the regular. You're a druid. You're a spellcaster. I'm going to say you're a druid, prove it, versus you're a spellcaster seems, I don't know, that seems weird. I guess we'll go spellcaster because you're a druid, prove it seems more confrontational. She just gives you a goofy smile and nods. I've spent my days handling primordial forces, that which grows and decays. Do you know much of it? Yeah, they went over the basics at the tower. It's about nature's spirits, right? Like warlockism. No, do you? I'm gonna ask it's about nature's spirits, right? Like warlockism. I went over the basics because the basics seems weird. Spirits do inhabit. See, now she's got me doing it. Spirits do inhabit all living things. Although compared to making a deal with some fiend, I can promise you trees are much more austere. She lowers her gaze for what you realize is the first time since she raised it. I would like to hear your tale, human. There is much to be learned from your folk and your settlement in this band. She speaks as though the Uruth folks' 60-something years of civilization building is nothing but a footnote in her history book. How sustainable is your lifestyle? Sustainable? I'm supposed to know that? You mean me in particular or my people? Do you want an answer now? Think about it, move on. I'm gonna say you mean me in particular or my people. Both or either. She presses down a mushroom in her bowl, sending a puff of spores into the air. Sustainable? How do you replenish the resources you consume? And if you do not, how many years until depletion? Supposed to know that. I'm going to think about it and move on. You focus on yourself, you can probably sustain yourself for a long ass time. If you focus on yourself. To keep one balanced with the primordial forces of the lands is the only way to live. What was the question again? Earth folk will eventually chew through this land and be forced to expand. We live in balance here in this city. I personally could live on an apple a day. That's pretty sustainable. Don't know, don't care. Um, I don't know if we live in balance in the city, but I don't know that we're going to eventually chew through the land and be forced to expand either. To keep one balanced with the primal forces of the land, I'm rereading what wisdom says. To keep one balanced with the primordial forces of the land is the only way to live. I'm going to say we live in balance here. You truly believe that? I hope so. She smiles. It was yes, I hope so, or no. I hope so. She smiles. Hope is a good thing. It might lead you down the right trail. I've watched your people for some time, from a distance. I am not one to make judgments. That is for the earth and the sea. But it worries me how few primal forces there are to keep you at bay. Primal forces were too strong for that. I'm going to say primal forces. She places a palm against the rough floor. Openada, it has helped me keep the undersea from being overtaken by unbalanced powers. Demigods, fiends, celestials, your humans, arcanists. Arcanists are the megocrats who ruled pre-Coast War human civilizations in Old Dominor, also a very minor political party in Norvik. Each creates a power that not only overtakes the primal, they do so with ease. That great war your kind waged upon one another delayed it, but I do certainly believe it is inevitable. She speaks of the unsustainable nature of magic. The primal is just another of those powers she mentions. It can be tamed. It should be. Well, thanks for that intelligence. Humans barely exist anymore. We're almost extinct. Don't worry, nature always survives. The primal stuff should just get stronger then. I'm going to say nature always survives. Most often it does. But look at your so called burned coast and those cursed lands in Dimenor. She means reeds. Dimenor is the old name. She should have called it Old Dimenor. Geez, intelligence. Nature makes it through most things, but there are forces in this world that can wring the life out of every band if it so wishes. Magic is not what it used to be, but she is wise to stay. We must stay vigilant. She takes a deep breath and deliberate breathing. Now, enough of complicated topics. Tell me, human, do you have a mate? The elf speaks of nature as a close ally. You should. Wait, what did she just ask? Well? No, I'm not good. Your companion takes a few steps further away. Calm down. This is not a hostile situation. Oh, none of your business, none of your business. Elaborate, sure. I'm going to say elaborate. Of course, I apologize if I was vague, human. I only mean most humans in this settlement group in pairs. I wonder if those of your kind do the same, form such long term committed partnerships. She did not have ill intent in her original inquiry. Uh, no, I am married to my work. Clear your throat. I'm the cleric. I go solo. I've got Snell. I'm going to say no, I'm married to my work. She lowers her mushroom cap and sighs. I see. It is the same here then. The path of an esoteric guardian is to be alone. The elf starts adding some kind of oily liquid to her mushroom bowl. A strange substance, golden, perhaps from some kind of undersea whale? It's just olive oil, cheap brand. Wisdom couldn't pick it out, but boy did intelligence did. If this old elf can guide you in any way, make it so. If not, I will return to my toil. Wisdom DC 15. Show your primal attunement. I'm going to ask her a couple of questions and then I might do the wisdom check. What do you know of the tea shop? Only that what the roots whisper to me. The elf leans closer, twisting her head to the side. You must delve deep, human. Something rotten happened that day. The green quakes. They fear what's to come. They whisper. Oh, do they whisper anything useful? So so you were here when it exploded. And what do the goblins whisper about? What do you think happened? Thanks. The green quakes. So he's associating the green quakes with the goblins. Do they whisper anything useful? I got experience for that. She leans back and lets out a resigned sigh. You do not speak with trees often, do you? I do not. So you were here when it exploded? No, I was much further below. What do you and what do the goblins whisper about? That the city is at fault. That Lady Sageleaf should take it over. The usual. What do you think happened? I will not deliberate on things I have no knowledge about. Refreshing sentiment. Um, what are you voting in the election? I am not a citizen of Norvik. According to city law, universal suffrage includes any inhabitant of Norvik soil as of the first of the Ingarium 26. How long have you lived here? About a year or so. That makes you a citizen. Oh? He's taken aback by these news. So, don't I get a say in that? No, or if you don't tell the government, you're probably fine. If you don't tell the government, you're probably fine. Then perhaps I won't. Thank you, human. Since it didn't sound like she wanted to vote. Yeah. You don't look like an elf seems. I don't know. I'm going to ask it. What do elves look like? Elves are monstrous. Elium elves are tree-like. Human elves are simply gray. Maybe you do look like an elf. I suppose there are many kinds of elves. Not like you. I'm going to say I suppose there are many kinds of elves. She nods. We do not call ourselves that. But to your people, yes, I am an elf. Pimea. She closes her. Pimea yo oil tania tatana. We are the elves of the stars. Any questions? You speak elfish. Impressive. She looks to the side, then back to you. Your grasp of the human tongue is remarkable as well. She's too kind. Do your people have a great civilization below? No. I believe your people would call us nomads. So you're from the Undercoast. How do I get there? Holes and tunnels. There are more than enough, even within viewing distance. Though I'd recommend gaining Lady Sagely's approval first. I'm not gonna tell her I don't like elves. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I have some other questions. I'm gonna try the wisdom check. Oh, that's gonna be bad. Okay, well, how could you do such a thing? How could I fail? To prove attunement requires years of training. You've perhaps done a few exercises in your spare time, and you've read about druidic magic, but perhaps you can try it anyway. I have to try. Kneel and focus. Focus your mind on the nature around you, the life, the decay, the funny looking mushrooms, but you cannot sense it, nothing. Why isn't it working? It takes time, practice, patience. Maybe if I start clenching. You move from mind to muscle. You keep clenching. Constitution pressure. Pain. Oh, I took a damage. Dang it. Perhaps this was a foolish choice. Ouch. But pain can be a good teacher. Perhaps you've learned something here. Oh, I did gain experience though. The Elves keeps working on her brew. I'm going to say that's it. Bye bye. All right. We've spent enough time down here. Let's leave. All right, so I am going to... Interesting. Do for... I must have said agazalist, apolitical, cleric. Interesting. All right, let's do my journal. Goblin Gardens, Essex Lair. Esoterics. Folk, geography, history, language, literature, nature. I'm just trying to see... Well, that's a lot of intelligence. Questing. The owner of the tea shop is unaccounted for. Locate this bird man and find out what he knows. Coin lords meet. Do not have permission to enter. You know his mansion can be found on the hill. This is the one I want. A Frank, son of Frank, was seen on Pillar Road at the time of the explosion, but calmly walked downstairs afterward. Locate and question the strange man dressed in yellow. Frank, son of Frank, is often used as a fake name by rich adventurers around the coast. Okay. Frank, son of Frank. Okay. Is this goblin wall art? A green face is splattered across the facade, staring wildly towards a flaming sky, and the dragon is spread across, or something like that. Can you call this art? What does it mean? Is that you, Snell, pointing at the artwork? What does this tell me about the state of Norway? Place your hand upon the wall. You take a step forward. The painted stone is smooth in surface. This is no cheap dwarven rock. This is the Gate era architecture, disguised among the rest. Okay. You feel an esoteric urge to communicate with this object. Well, who knows? Oh, nat 20. Nat 20. I guess that's what I know now. You sense a crack in the wall. It wasn't there before. Then you hear the voice, a faint voice, a hoarse voice. Secrets end when spoken. Did the goddamn wall just talk? The goblin says and laughs. Esoteric bullshit really does follow you around, doesn't it? Oh, good, you're not crazy. Talking to walls now. Awesome. What's it like to be a wall? What do you know about Norvik? Who built your wall? I think we should ask all these questions. Although I'll skip the what's it like. What do you know about Norvik? Nothing. What do you know about what Norvik is? No. Do you know what Norvik is? No. Makes sense, at least if the wall is older than the reconquest. Who built you, wall? A god. Cool with it. Cool with it. Cool it with the heresy. I'm a devoted servant of Uruk, and I don't listen to any other god. Which god? Which god is what we want? Olmestra. Haven't heard that one. Never heard of that god. Well, intelligence, you didn't help me there, I guess. Sounds like a weak god to have been forgotten like that. How old are you? 15 time Alines. How many years is that? 2000. Gate era. Could have been built by one of the Jor beast. Gate era. A period lasting approximately 3,000 years, the first era named after the many gates opened by Jor to connect his realm to all the others. Ended around 2,000 years ago, if you trust modern scholars. What's your name? Chansey. Oh, really? That's a pretty name. I don't like that name. I don't have any opinion on that. I'm going to say that's a pretty name. Okay. What's your political fear? Are you sure you understand the question? Yes. I mean, political affiliation being fear sounds about right. What is it like being nothing? Nothing good or nothing bad? Nothing in isolation. Those are all the questions I have right now. Give it a wall. Okay. Give it a pat. The crack disappears as quickly and silently as it came to be. Then silence. You really have a knack for getting info out of anything, cleric. That was surely an esoteric event, or else we're turning mad. Bow to the wall, thank you for your time, and leave. That I just talked to a wall. Great. A tree rising far above the nature force. You look at the branches of a bracken bracken tree. It stands in the tall garden towering over you. Bracken, an Ascani tree known for its impervious nature, sometimes called ironwood. An Ilium forest holds the largest collection of bracken in the world. It is majestic. Well, thank you, Strength, for piping in. Nature is reaching tall and deep. These roots go below the city, nay, even below the river. Touch the tree. Look at the branches up above. The leaves are quite big. What's a bracken tree again? I'm gonna look at the branches above really quick. The wind causes the leaves to dance. Wait, between the branches high above. Oh, is that a hole in the bark? A hollow just wide enough for you to stick your hand inside. Something glimmers up there. Treasure in a bird's nest. Yes, get up there now. The branches shudder in a sudden gust. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I suggest not doing that. We're going to climb the tree anyway. You grab onto the trunk. Pressing your entire body against the rough bark, you slowly make your way upwards. Go, 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 just a bit more. As long as I've got dexterity on my side, right? Please get down from there, clerk. I'm going to try it. Oh, 18. Oh. Wrapping your body around the trunk, you lift yourself up. The bark is rough enough for you to get a pretty firm grip despite the vertical nature of this feat you're attempting. One foot and hand movement after another, each holding on to dear life. You take a deep breath and reach up, finally getting a hold of one of the upper branches. You've done it. Heaving yourself the last way, you get a view of what you did not expect. A bird's nest, unguarded, full of shiny trinkets. Jackpot. Shove your hand in the nest. Grab the ring, grab the coins, grab the polished stone. I'm gonna grab the ring. Silverware of the finest kind with a black stone at its center. Let's grab the stone. I'm grabbing things in case the bird comes back and I don't get all of it. The bleached white and polished rock doesn't look too valuable until it's in your palm. It's magic, baby. Let's grab the coins. Several crowns going into your pocket. Thanks, birds. And then let's get back down. Retracing your steps, you soon find yourself back on solid ground. You lived, I'm surprised. Now can we go? I'm going to touch the tree. Your hand lands firmly on the bark. Good tree, strong tree. Words. Very, very hard. Connecting with the natural world. Well done. I'm going to say bye-bye, tree. And then let's do this really quickly. Take a look at that ring. Can I put that ring on any place? I can. An iron band covered in strange symbols. Touching it sends a tingle down your spine. It protects you somehow. Dampens high damage. Yes, definitely want that on me. Please and thank you. Okay. Here's what I was aiming for. Leads to Pillar Crossing. Do I want to go to Pillar Crossing? Maybe. Possibly. Perhaps. Oh, interesting. Okay. What is you? Drunk Sphinx opens at. Can I go in? I can't get through here. All right. So I can't use that because I have to go through I've got to go through the Sphinx, and the Sphinx isn't open yet. You've got modifiers on your rolls. Okay. I might want to come back at some point and talk to the fiend. But we're going to walk through here. All right. We've gone the way to the left. Now we need to, let's see what we can do to the right. With old signs. I'm going to trifle through He reaches the bed and pull out a somewhat intact treat. Please. Did you just? You did. Let me get this clear. You find yourself on Pillar Road. You see a treat in the bin. It's been out there for God knows how long, and you think to yourself, "What the hell? I'll just eat some trash." Calm down. It's not trash. Wretched lady. It's done. You're too late. Hold up your prize and smile. Listen, man. Maybe you don't know exactly what's going on here in this world of ours, but you don't go to lower yourself this way. Taking stuff is great, but you can't just take a half-eaten pastry out of the trash man. The goblin stares at you. Rationally, ignore the voices. They don't control you. Arn, kiosk kid.
Huh?
Hello there, sir. The kid behind the counter taps a pile of newspapers. You a postie? What the fuck did you just call me? I read magazines. No. Do you have time for answers? I'm just gonna say, do you have time to answer some questions about what? Uh, Mostly about the tea shop. Okay. He looks down the road. Not too much traffic lately, so sure. If my boss shows up, you gotta buy something though. Interesting. Hex Weekly, The Tame a Dame, News in Norvikian Post, Shivers and Shecks, and Modern Man, a guide. Can you tell me? Can you just tell me the news? Boy stares at you. He's thinking of how to explain this to you. So here's the thing: we sell newspapers here. If I tell you the news, you won't get it. We won't get any money. We, but are you the partial owner of this business? I don't like reading. Oh, I suppose that won't equal a lost sale then. Fuck it. The kid grabs a copy of the Post and starts reading. Election week, 5 parties above exclusion limit. Polling shows the Nationalists ahead at 40%. The Free Riders and Asgalis being behind at 20 each. The Arcanists and the Argarians are holding out just above the limit at around 5% each. Good, the city stands strong. Can't always trust the polls. We'll see about that on election day. I'm just gonna say can't always uh, trust the polls. A missing paladin added. Ooh. The part the party of Norvik still won't comment on the missing paladin. The Gorm this Gorm Skalderman fellow's been gone for a month at this point, but here's the drama. He's been last spotted headed down into the city below. Maybe he's stuck fighting undead or something. Or maybe he's dead. You know, after having fought some undead or whatever. A perfect place for a paladin. Neglecting his duties for the party. A disgrace. Probably dead, yeah. The kid stares at the bottom of the page. Apparently, the party of Norvik is going to hold the election without him on the official list of members. The Lord Patriarch Akizem cannot be reached for comment, it says. And so Foot Lord Trollmord will now head the list. And Coin Lord Darrow will be number 2. I wonder how that'll go. Too bad for Lord Gorm, unless he's found before the actual election day, of course. If you're headed down into the city below, you should look for him. We'll see. That place is dangerous. I can't go down there. Yes, I should. Yes, I should. I will find this legendary paladin. Nice. Anyway, he mutters and turns the page. Azulus rallies held all over the city. There is an op-ed about how the chant is being printed illegally and needs to be stopped. If anyone knows the location of the printers used in producing the chant, please inform the nearest Free Strider office immediately. They can't do that. It's illegal to print things without a license. You don't sell the chant here, do you? Interesting. Barely even listening. I'm going to say you don't sell that. No, sir. The illegal paper, no illegal papers here. He turns the page. The Argarian party has lost almost the entire working class vote. Over half the city guilds are giving official support to the green cause. The other half is bought by the free striders. The workers vote in their own interest. How surprising. A shame. Good, they were useless. The workers vote. Yeah, the Agarian party seems to be out of the race, more or less, along with the Arcane Circle and the Conservational Lobby. So now it's a three-way tie, from what I can see. The latest polls show 36% of the party of Norvik, 26% to the Revolutionary Free Striders, and 24% to the Asgal Worker Party. The Nationalists are in the lead, eh? Good to hear. The Free Striders will catch up. With my vote, they will win for sure. At this rate, the Green Cause will win in the landslide. No wonder the Arcane Circle failed. They should have had me as their leader. Then they would. Very interesting, although I'm not involved in any of this, of course. Oh, you aren't? Nope, because I'm apolitical. No, I'm too tired. Too tiring. No, it's way too uninteresting to even think about politics. No, you see, I'm simply not smart enough to engage. I'm just going to say I'm apolitical. So you're no longer an Asgalus? And so you are no longer an Asgalus. Instead, you are now apolitical. Gain 100 points for changing. Ooh, nice! I got a level up for changing your political stance. He looks up from his news piracy and gives you a dumbfounded look. You what? You heard me. Oh, okay. Kid starts flipping through the rest of the pages. Right. That's it, I guess. But interesting. What? No, I just realized there's no mention of the tea shop yet. Guess they're keeping it out of the news cycle. Speaking of the tea shop, what do you know about it? Except that it exploded? That part's pretty obvious, yeah. I would just stare at the boy. I was here, saw it with my own 2 eyes. Look over your shoulder towards the tea shop across the street. I heard it too. Definitely heard it. Walk me through it. Okay. I set up the kiosk at dawn. By noon, the morning rush had calmed down. I remember the bike rack was full. Water lane workers mostly commute on the new bridge and flotilla, but the halfway bridge does see a fair share of bikers every day and night. But by noon, it was pretty dead, which is great, less work for me. Also, no dead in the streets. I'm just going to say go on. I hid in the back, thought it was attack. He's implying political motivation. Nice. How loud was it? Super loud. And shaky too. I almost fell over. What about the fire? I felt the heat, even all the way over here. It was like the kid gestured a large sphere for you. Really weird fire. Then he mutters, shrieking the size of his imagined sphere. Gone in an instant. Weird fire? Yeah, it was like, look, it's going to sound really weird. Lean in. I like weird. It was blue. Blue fire indicates extreme temperatures. Only for a split second. When I looked again, the whole building was on fire, but it was normal looking fire. So I might have just imagined it. Interesting. Yeah, you imagined it. Did the fire speak? I'm not going to say, I'm just going to say interesting. Yeah, I guess. It was kind of weird. Did you see anyone suspicious? Not really. Just the normal types. A goblin was arguing with a human by the temple. Just something mild shouting about business things. Otherwise, pretty dead around noon here, usually. Anything else you noticed? How about the bird? The goblin chimes in. Yeah, sure. I did see Mr. Drummer. He's the owner of the tea shop. Former tea shop. Usually the tea shop opens in the afternoon on work days. So it's not weird to see him walking about all day. Chatting fellows, buys a lot of newspapers. Where was he going? Don't know. Saw him leaving the tea shop right before noon. Right before noon? Yeah, right before the massive explosion occurred. The kid clicks his tongue. When you put it that way. Look, I don't know where Mr. Drummer is or where he went. Just saw him rushing down the stairs, guessing he was headed for Water Lane, like everyone else. Like everyone does. Did anyone else enter or leave the tea shop? No, just Mr. Drummer, he says, confidence in his voice. It was a boring day, so I was pretty much just people watching all morning. Mr. Drummer was the only one I saw leaving the tea shop all day, well, until the explosion. Did you see him enter? And no one else entered all morning. Did Mr. Drummer act? I'm gonna say, did you see him enter? He stops and thinks. Actually, no. I guess I never saw him enter that morning. So I guess he must have slept there or entered before dawn. And no one else entered all morning? Not a soul. Usually not too many people there in the morning or for afternoon. For afternoon. That's cute. Because, afternoon, forenoon, afternoon. I said for afternoon because I was reading in words that don't exist. Forenoon, afternoon. Cute. Really. Forenoon. That's a good word. See, look, hey, look, I was off on my own tangent. I didn't even read this. Forenoon, that's a good word. I like that. People should say that more often. Feel very Norvikian. I'm gonna say I see. Yeah. Did Drummer act strange when he left? Just in a hurry, maybe. I saw him shuffle towards the stairs of Circle Square, probably heading down to Water Lane. Why Water Lane? It's the only place to go, either that or the Goblin Garden, or the city below. Are you sure you saw him? Absolutely, no doubt. He trails off, muttering to himself. He went downstairs to Pillar Crossing, that's all I saw. He's trying his best to remember. I've been going over it in my head. Pretty shocking stuff. He's just a kid. Shouldn't have to deal with such terrible things. What can you tell me about the tea shop? Mr. Drummer's a customer. Seems nice enough for a bird folk. Passively racist comment. For a bird folk. I've heard he hangs out at the Sphinx a lot, and that he's got connections with all sorts of folk. All sorts of folk? Politically. Asgulls use the tea shop a lot. I've seen some buddies involved in that scene. That's all about the tea shop. Okay. I said that's all about but what can you tell me about the tea shop? I saw it with my two. Okay, so somehow we got to the tea shop question regardless it's talking about the news. About the owner of this kiosk. Oh, my boss? Thassalos? Ooh, we've met Thassalos. He's pretty nice merman. What do you want to know? Your boss is a merman? We've already met him, so I'm not going to say that. What does he do around here? He stocks the stall, usually really early in the morning. Beyond that, I think he just does other stuff. He owns a bunch of properties around the city, so he's usually pretty busy. I spoke with him actually. Nice bloke. He is. Some people call him an oppressive landlord, mostly the dwarves that come by here. But he's really nice once you get to know him. What does he pay you? I get about 5 crowns an hour. That's really good salary for someone my age. That's a decent salary. Good work, kid. That's an awful pay. You're clearly being exploited. You should be paid better for your. I'm going to say that's a good. You know, why make the kid feel bad? Thanks. My brother taught me to negotiate. Your brother is wise. Trust in him. Your brother is a fool. You need to rebel and fight against your oppressive exploiter. As long as you feel like you are selling your labor at a fair price, just remember to stay. I'm just going to say your brother is wise. Sure, I will. Sure. He's trying to avoid the subject to not cause you to become more aggressive. I've got other things I want to ask. Right. Do you know a Frank, son of Frank? Hmm. No, not really. His eyes shot open for a split second. He's lying. Just look at his eyes moving around. That charisma. Convince him to tell you through the power of social malicious. Come on! No, I can't convince him. Manipulation. It's an art, few know. And you are not one of them, not today. But what do I do then? He's clearly hiding something. Good question. Maybe scream and slam your fist down on the counter? How about not, since that was failure? Do not scream and then slam your fist down on the counter. The slam? Do not scream. But do not scream. And then slam your fist. Oh, so I just slammed my fist on the counter. Got it. The slam frightens him and he jumps back. The kid nervously glances to the side as you get more and more agitated. Don't worry, kid. I won't get violent. Oh, okay, good. He looks terrified. Advantage, you scared him. Can I do this again? I have a shard. I'm gonna redo this. I have advantage now. Oh, I didn't need the advantage. Holy moly, mac. The power of manipulation flows through you. It's an esoteric effect, really. Because you know exactly what to tell this young lad. If there's anything else you remember, the city needs to know it, kid. Glare at him. Okay, maybe. Oh, there's one more. There was one more thing. He enjoys the intention. I saw some dude with a big yellow backpack. That was earlier in the morning, but he stood out like a sore thumb. Plus, he bought the Freestrider magazine. A Freestrider mag? What did he look like? I don't know. Curly black hair, short beard. He stared. I'm just gonna stare at him instead of. I'm gonna say take your time, because I want him to trust me instead of just staring at him. The kid thinks about it. The fellow wasn't earth folk. Fancy clothes, covered in dirt. My guess would be a Reedsian merchant. Felt like he was trying to hold a low profile. Why would you guess that? He was tan in March. Even the hardiest farm guilders won't look that dark until the river run. Felt like he was trying to hold a low profile. Did you get his name? I asked since he was so out of place, but he gave me a fake name and a thumbs up. The kid shakes his head. Ridiculous. Ask him what the fake name was. Frank, son of Frank. The guy was fucking with me. Street kiosk kid swearing like a sailor. Did you see where I'm glad the dexterity approves. Did you see where he went? Thank you. I'm going to say, did you see where he went? Yeah, down. He said he had an important meeting below, whatever that means. A Free Strider magazine? Yeah, one of those open up the port zines bunch of bullcrap. The kid thinks about it. The fellow wasn't Earthfolk. Fancy clothes. We already did that. I felt like he was trying to hold a load. Did he try to sell you anything? No, he was very polite, but didn't stay long. Felt like he was holding a low part. What was his fake name? We already got son. Okay. Thank you for the information, said the citizen. And then I will buy something. I don't know what, how much money do I have? That's what I need to understand. Oh, I could do charm person. 48 crowns. Okay, so I have 48 crowns. I'm not going to buy, I just had him say the news. I don't know what I need money for. I'm going to buy Hex Weekly. Great choice. Women's magazines are really popular these days, even among men. All right, well, that's what I bought. Hold on. Yes? Can I ask you a favor? Anything, young man. You are the future of the city. How much you paying? Just nod. I'm just gonna nod. There's I've heard there's trouble down on Water Lane tonight. Please go and make sure that nothing happens. Young and dumb added. Okay, I'll do it if I can. Why do you care if there's trouble on Tolsted? He looks down. Please just do it. Give him a quick nod and leave. All right. So we've got now quite the list of things to do. I want, it's in journal, right? North Ulstead, where is Water Lane? That's what I ultimately need to understand. So we can get to Pillars Crossing there, Pillars Crossing here. We know the tea shop is here. I think we definitely need to find Water Lane now because there's a lot happening on Water Lane and they keep saying it's down on Water Lane. I saw him go down. I don't, is this Water Lane? Like, how do I get to Water Lane? That is the question that I want to ask. We've already talked to these people. We've already talked to her. I'm going to go back in the garden, I think. Did I already look in this? No. That was before I started looking into everything. Got it. Oh, level advancement. Let's do that for sure. Yay! Abilities add +1 ability score, +1 to dice. I get another slot. I'm going to add maybe more to wisdom. I really should add a little bit to constitution. That's going to bite me in the butt. I think that's what I needed to do. I don't know. These are not my strong suits for sure. But I'm not a level 2 cleric. What is this? Sacred River fights against the rocks. All right, let's enter. And now we gotta find Water Lane. Set this over here. Central Tolstead. You know what? Let's go there. I don't know. almost intact, endlessly rising pillar in the center of Norvik. The pillar of Jor. You look up at the pillar of the relic rises upward, endlessly upward. Right, this old thing, the central landmark of Norvik, the symbol of Uther's request or conquest, is such an esoteric object would just sit here at the center. Right. I'm just going to say, think not much else that they can do with it. It's just a highly magical rock left over from a time before. It was here before Uther, and it will be here after you, remaining until the end. It looks a bit broken, cracked. Can I make money off of things? How many of these pillars exist? So what do I do with it? I'm going to say how many of these pillars exist. 8. Technically 4, depending on which scholar you ask. There are debates to whether there are 8 pillars, 1 in each band, or simply 4 pillars that piece the circular coast and stick out on either side. That makes them, as ours is the best, right? They are all equally useless. It's a sign of Uther's power, so yes, this is the best one. They are seen as a status symbol by many, like a legitimization thing. But the fact is, no one has managed to make use of them in any way despite their esoteric nature. So the pillars of Jor are regulated to being visual landmarks, seen from across the coast, though clouds and mists for miles. Through clouds and mist for miles. It looks a bit broken, cracked. Yes. While the pillar is indestructible, it was once under heavy siege during the most intense moments of the Gate War. Several pieces of the pillar float around in the air, especially as it reaches upwards into the clouds above the city. What kind of power would be capable of damaging this? Sad to see it in this state. Yes, but it has been this way forever. I'm going to say move on. What can I do with this? Nothing. It's just a rock to you. A tingly, esoteric rock. You can always attempt to focus on it. Learn from the ancient relic. Get closer. As you do, you feel an air tingle itself. Power. Thank you, Constitution. He is speaking to you. Touch the pillar. You place your hand upon the smooth surface. The whisper gets louder. It says something to you, something weird. A conversation? Guess you could try to join in. It's not a conversation, but we're going to have disadvantage. Because the goblin's impatient, but it's still a success. Thank you very much. Hello? The goblin perks up. Not me, sorry. The pillar vibrates. Hello. The whisper lies inside of you or something. It says, he is here. Who is here? Who is here? It says divinity. It says death. It says neurocrat. What? Ooh, I got 10 points for that. That's nice. The voice ends. Your hand is repelled from the surface. Ouch! Weird. You understand plainly. There is more to this pillar you need to investigate. In time and further below. Okie dokie. Further below. Okay, so what are you? Dormitory, out of commission. The marking says Simi, son of Strokeback. Says R and A. Silt mailbox says Snell. Oh, hey, it's Snell's. We go into Snell's house. You may not de-equip your helmet. Snell's pad. Welcome to my pad. Go ahead, root around as much as you want. Don't mind if we do. Really? Oh, so I can have some of your stuff. Thank you for letting me in. I won't touch anything. I'll just look intensely. Thank you for letting me in. He sighs. I'm not sure how this is in any way useful for the job, but let me know when you're done looking around. Looking? Nothing else. You live here? How much is you live here? Yep. Does it get lonely? I don't spend much time here. Cool place. Thanks. How long have you lived here? He glances at the ceiling. I don't know, 3 years, 4? Gods, it's been that long. What does it cost? 100 a month? Real cheap. But I got a special deal because of the HWBT gig. That's real good for such a fancy apartment. Old lady takes care of her own, eh? Like it here? It's central, right next to the garden. That's all I really care about, although the ventilation system is pretty sweet during those colder months. Ventilation system. Tolstoy is full of tiny holes and air shafts. These circulate air from the river winds all throughout the tunnels. No one knows fully how they work, but they circulate both heated and cooled air, most likely magical in nature. Good information, thank you. He mouths and gives a little side glance. What about you? Where do you live, cleric? I should lie, right? I should tell him the truth. I live on North Wall in a nice city-sponsored apartment. Avoid the full truth. I live with my mom. I mean, I could tell him the truth. Your body shakes. There's absolutely nothing wrong with your current living arrangement. And the goblin will not think lesser of you because of it. I guess I live with my mom. You do? It's honorable. Traditional family housing is good for society. That's a good point. Ugh. Oh my, I took a huge hit to my constitution. He does not mean harm, yet it hurts. Well, anyway, he tries to not linger on the subject since he sees your pain. I can't afford a place of my own. She's not home a lot, so I have it mostly to myself. I used to live in the towers, but they kicked me out. Let's talk about something else, please. Oh, cool. Let's leave it. Mass-produced glow lantern. Oh, that's the bathroom. Okay, well, I don't want the bathroom. Ah, Bagatelle. The goblin has some good taste then. One of Snell's boxes. Snell's work. You stand before a wooden board covered in sketches of various people, each of them connected via long red threads. What's this, Snell? He looks over to you across from the apartment. Yeah, project visualizer. Helps me keep track of jobs. You can check it out if you want. I haven't done much other than a basic outline on the tea shop yet. I've been busy with all this running around. Looks like a ton of work. You're good at this, Snell. It's messy. I'm going to say you're good at this, Snell. Thanks. What I do. Once we're finished, I'll make sure to compile it into a proper report for the old lady. Look closer at the sketches. You see several faces you don't recognize, and several faces you recognize and some you don't. A birdman with a black and white pattern along the note, tea shop owner. A bulky merman with the text, rival? No, unambitious. A stout-looking dwarf in uniform with a hammer symbol on the corner, patron. A stylish orc with a free strider heart symbol in the corner, completely unaffiliated, suspicious. A pale man holding a skull. No motive. That would be the person who resurrected me. I guess. A human with a fancy beard and a fish symbol in the corner. Suppressing info, beware. Then finally, you look over the central piece, the beautiful rendition of Lady Sageleaf herself. Her note reads, enemies, spies, city conspiracy. All right, let's look a little bit more. He's sure to have typed to a photo himself on the wall. Expensive material. You stand before a simple bed, look at the mattress. Can I take a nap, Snow? What? No, he yells across from the apartment. Do not even think about getting into my bed. You can join too. Yeah, it's fair. I'm pretty dirty. It's too small for me, anyhow. You can join too. That's definitely worse. Come on, let's have a buddy nap. I need to get better at persuasion. I really hope you don't, considering your average proposal. Thanks, bed. I was wondering if if I got into his bed and took a nap, if that would heal me from the pain that I took. But guess not. Anyway, I think we're going to call it here in Snell's house. Next time, we're going to have to find where this under city, under lane is and figure out how do we get there? How do we start questioning people there? I think we're getting towards there via Snell's house. So we'll learn what we learn. But thank you all for watching. Hopefully you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.